Hi, my name is Yasmin Robles, and I'm the owner of Robles Designs, where we create drill-worthy websites and brands for entrepreneurs who are hell-bent on taking over the world. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook at Robles Design Studio, follow us on YouTube, do all those cool things. But today I'm going to be telling you the top 7 things that you should be asking your designer while you're on a consultation with them. This is before you have booked. This is when you're getting to know each other and making sure that you're a really good fit. Sometimes these can be called discovery calls, consultations. They're all basically an interview as to whether you want to work with that designer and if they want to work with you. So the first question is, what platform are you going to build my site on? And this is important because you want to make sure that it's either a platform that you've heard of, either researched, or that you can go back and research after you have discussed it with them and ask them to give you the reasoning for that. So, for myself, a lot of the questions that I ask around platforms would revolve around, is this an e commerce site? Are you a fiddler, or are you like, do you like to go under the hood and look at how your website is built, or do you want it to just be something where the admin panel is super easy to maneuver? Is it going to be a VA that is going to be updating your site, or is it going to be a developer that's updating your site? So all of these questions for my company are important so that I can provide the best platform for you. We build things typically on Squarespace, WordPress, or Shopify, depending on, again, the goals of your business. So ask them what platform are you going to build my site on, and then go back and do some research to make sure that that is the right choice for you. And then, do I have unlimited access? So question number 2, will you have unlimited access to your site, which means, are you the site owner, both of the hosting? So is everything under your name? Like, if you wanted to, for some reason, fire that designer or host or developer, if you wanted to bring on someone else onto the team, so you want to keep that developer, but you want to bring in a different designer, or if you wanted to move platforms. So let's say you have a WordPress site built on Bluehost, and then you want to move it to GoDaddy or vice versa, then do you have the ability to do that? And this is also a question on who you're paying your hosting bill to. So, for example, if you're paying the designer, it's likely that the hosting is under their name, and you would have to ask for permission to switch it. So, just making sure you have access. Another reason why you want to make sure you have full access to the site is because we've run into issues where we weren't able to work with a particular client because they did not have full access, and they would not be given full access. Literally, if they were to want a change, they would need to go back to the original creator of the site, and as many mockups as I could make, but then he would actually be making the changes. And then if she wanted to recreate the site on a different platform or do something else with it, her site they weren't able to transfer it. They would actually take down the site, and she would have to pay for a completely new site. So make sure you have all the access in the world to your site, and that you can do with it whatever you please, because it is your business and you should be empowered to do as you wish with it. So then question number 3 is, do you offer hosting? So is the hosting that you're getting through the designer? If so, then that goes into question number 4. What do I do if I want to move hosting? And again, basing it off of that, do you offer support? So do you offer hosting? So who do you pay for the hosting? This is important, again, going back to being locked out of your site. Do you pay GoDaddy? Do you pay Bluehost, or do you pay your designer? And then, so if you pay your designer, then going into the next question, what happens if you want to move or make any changes to the actual hosting or the domain name? Maybe not even the site, maybe just want to make a change to the hosting, or you found a better deal somewhere else. What happens if you want to move to a different hosting company? And then, do you offer support? That goes into question number, I lost count. Question number something. There are 7 questions that I wrote down, but do you offer support with hosting? And this is important because if your site goes down, or if you get hacked, who do you go to when that happens? Do you go with a designer who is your connection, and then what do they do? So make sure you're asking, if my site gets hacked, what is the process? So do you call your designer Joe, and then Joe calls, let's say he's going through GoDaddy, Joe calls somebody at GoDaddy to see what's going on? Is it that you just circumvent Joe and go directly to GoDaddy? Like, how is it all set up for you? And that way, you know exactly what the process is. And not that that's bad. We don't do it yet, but maybe someday we will. But what for us, when we provide maintenance for a site, it's under your name. It's not under anyone else's name. And you tell us, hey, my site got hacked. And as you could call us a user of that account, we then contact and we're like the middle person that's translating all the jargon to you and telling you what the next steps are, and then providing support with those next steps. So ask them what the process is, because it's not good or bad if it's under their name or whatever it may be, or who you're paying for hosting. But you want to make sure you understand the process so that when things do arise, you can just tackle it and move on with your life. Um, and two more questions. Do you offer training after my site launches? So we offer training slightly before the site launches, sometimes a little bit after the site launches, but around that launch time is when we offer training. And this is because we want to make sure that you are empowered to make any edits that you want on your site. You typically don't go over where the code, like any special code is. We might tell you, hey, this is where it's located, don't touch it. Or this is what, if you do know a little bit about code, or one of those fiddler people that wants to look under the hood, then we tell you what it does. And if you do know some code, then you can obviously go into your site and do as you wish with it. But do you offer training? So this is for us, it's usually a training on the platform. So let's say we built you a site on Squarespace, and you coming from the WordPress realm, then we will let you know, okay, this is where everything is located. This is where you would write up a blog post, how you would schedule it. And we try to focus on what your business goals are. So if you're going to be doing a lot of content marketing, a lot of blog posts, a lot of video embedding, then we show you how that would work. And we also record the session. So make sure that it is a session that's recorded. Although I love it when clients come to the office, I haven't figured out a way of recording exactly everything that we're doing. So what I like to do is either do a Google Meet or a Zoom call, and then do a recording, and then send the client the recording of our conversation, of our training session, so that they can then go back and refer to it, or they can show it to their VA or whomever is supporting them with their website. And that way everything goes a lot more smoothly. And then final question, what do you do for on-site SEO? So SEO is a beast. Um, you can get lost in it, and it changes so fast. Like, it just keeps changing, and then you have to monitor. But the foundation of your site should still be there. So let's say you did some SEO research and you provided that to your designer. Then what they would do is they would make sure that things like alt text are provided onto that image, that things that the content is that you're providing to them is has those keywords, or at least aligns with your goals, the goals that you have for your SEO. Alt text, a meta description, page titles, all of that stuff that your designer is creating, they're going to be basing it off of your SEO research. If you haven't done SEO research, what you can do is ask your designer to do some preliminary work with that. We offer some research for SEO keywords, and then we work with the client to ensure that this is the goal. Like, let's say you are an Ohio real estate agent, and your website, you wanted to show up for Ohio real estate agent. We would then go in and research, making sure that that is a keyword that you want to attract people to, that it is not too hard to rank for, but it is still that people are actually searching for, because you can rank for anything, but people might not be searching for it. So to recap the questions, what platform do you build on? Do I have unlimited access? So am I the full owner of this website? Do you offer hosting with this website? And what if I want to move hosting companies? It's somewhat common with some people. So ask, what happens if I want to move hosting or want to make a change to my hosting? Do you offer support with this hosting? And do you offer training after you launch my website? And when you're building my website, what are you doing? What are you providing with the on-site SEO? So those are your 7 questions that you need to be asking when you are on that amazing discovery call or consultation before you hire your website designer. If you have any questions for me or for my team, make sure you can comment them, you can tag us, whatever that may be, at Robles Design Studio on Instagram, Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube, comment there. You can check out our blog, roblesdesigns.com. And yeah, just shoot us a note and we will get your questions answered. All right. With that, have an amazing day.